Hey YouTube, thanks for being here. This is the FFF review for May 1st. It's FFF 345. If you like this sort of thing, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you have a question, make sure you ring that bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. Everything I talk about and the links and everything are in the description below. If you want to catch this live, we do this every Friday night, twitch.tv/Clowntown. You can come by and say hi, shoot me a follow, and we can talk about it. With that, let's get to the video. Fried Effects 345, Unit Group Collision, Mask, and Artillery Shell Particles. This is posted by our buddy Clonin. This is May 1st, 2020. Last weekend, a bug report came to the forum. The issue was that the groups of biters were trying to path over the water, but the bugs can't swim. Can we zoom into this? Can you display biter paths too? No, there's no need. Until today. It seems something like a quite typical of a mod being funky. I looked into it. It seems the hovercraft mod was playing monkey business with water, collision mass to make vehicles ride over water. Oh, okay. One thing involved water. One thing involved setting water tiles to be walkable. Oh, and then adding additional collision layers to all players and biters. Oh. This mod didn't realize, though, is that unit groups have a fixed collision mask. Used to be hard-coded, but a while ago was added to the utility constant. So we just say, hey, it's a mod problem. Here's a quarter, so call someone who cares, right? Yes, as we were talking about yesterday, is this thing here. The easiest thing to do if you're a developer is to go mod issue. Does it happen in the main game? No. Okay, then if it's only in the mod, get bent, right? And they're well within their rights to do that. Shoot, as an IT professional, I've done that before. Is it part of the base software? That part of the customization? Oh, part of the customization? Go fix your customization. Get out. Right. Well, Clonin says, didn't sit right with me because deep inside I knew that unit groups shouldn't have a fixed collision mask. It doesn't make sense, really. So let's say you're adding flying units to the game. If you give individual commands to the flyers to attack the base, they'll happily fly over the water and attack without issue. However, if you put them in a group together, a group of flying units, a group of path around the water because the unit group still has a fixed ground collision mask. Aha. There you go. So this week I decided to fix once and for all. It turns out it wasn't so hard in the end. As we mentioned somewhat in 340, unit groups already have logic to in place to recalculate their properties based on their members. I hooked into that logic, make them recalculate their collision mask. And that way, that made sense to me that they should add masks together. Aha. So that they only path where all the units can path. Aha. So small biters can't walk on water, so they walk around it. A group of water biters can walk right over water, so they go straight through. Oh. A mixed group of small biters and water biters, they add their mass together, so they go where all the units can go. Ah, aha. Okay. That's neato. Makes sense. You can imagine, quite intuitively, I think, that the group will try and stick together, and that will mean the group can only path places all the members can reach. It feels quite nice to make fixes like this as they're relatively small in scope and risk, true, but clean up a lot of potential problems and open up a lot of interesting possibilities. Cool. Modders. Yeah, Clonin has always been an advocate for modders, made a couple mods himself. I can't remember if that's his origin story for this team, as to whether he was a mod maker and that's how he got the gig. I might be thinking of somebody else, but his upgrade planner mod did eventually wind up in game, which I guess is the kind of the dream of being a modder, is having something that has such a nice impact on the game, or being such a good idea or an essential part of it that it ends up in main game. It'd be great. Artillery shell particle effect. Another nice small finishing touch for you this week. Yeah, see, we're not talking about big game features and all that. It's all polished. They're trying to ship it. Another nice finishing touch, adding a shell being ejected from the artillery cannons was suggested way back when we showed the new sounds integrating the game in 341. Was suggested, yeah, okay. While we can't get too fancy with it, we can think of relatively straightforward. The fact that we've added fills in the detail nicely. Thunk. That's neato, and they don't go in the same spot every time. They kind of bounce around. It's just a particle with a nice sprite sheet that Dom rendered from the original shell models. With a bit of engine tweaking here and there, we had it ready in quite short order. Just another small bit of polishing that characterizes this stage of development. Yeah, they're not... somebody asked last night in chat to say, hey, do you think X, Y, and Z will happen, or do you think the game will change in this way? And I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The game is not in game change. I would be pretty much floored to see something as big of a change like a science change, or a biter change, or something like that wasn't just some sort of correction or a polish. They are trying to ship this thing. They are not trying to do any more balance. From all intents and purposes, they've got a nice, well-balanced game. The only thing that I would imagine that may change a little bit more is that the new player experience. From what I see, from what I've seen, I don't think they're quite happy with it. I think they've got something that's workable, but I don't think it's a home run. And I bet you there may be a few people still trying to think about what to do in that regard, and what would it look like to be a home run for new player experience, which is a hard thing to solve. For the live audience, thank you very much for that sub, LFQ. Hang on a second. Yeah, this is all of this is going to be polish, and these little corrective type of things that don't really affect base game but open the door to mods, and it's all going to be small corrections, small fixes like unit group collision mask, like how you won't see this should never come up in base game, but or it shouldn't affect base game outcome, because they were all like this. They were none of them can walk over water in base game, so the use case would not show up. So Clonin was right. This is a low risk change, but they won't be doing any more game balancing from here on out, probably forever, right? Anyway, that's it for the FFF. Let's thank you for being here for the FFF 345. Thank you very much for being here. If you like that sort of thing, hit that like and subscribe, ring that bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. Links and everything are in the description below. Come by and see us at twitch.tv/Clowntown. You can shoot me a follow out there on Twitch. You can come by, come by live. We can do this. We can do this together every Friday night. Also, if you're a new player, we can answer your new player questions as we go through that, and we do a Reddit recording as well. Thank you very much for being here, and we'll see you next time.